What's a real event you lived through that feels like it couldn't have happened? The day my grandmother accidentally started a drug investigation. It was 3 years ago, during the summer when I was 19, and staying with my grandmother in her small town in Ohio, while working at the local hardware store. Grandma Rose was 82, sharp as a tack, but had developed this paranoia about crime after watching too much local news. She'd installed Ring doorbells, motion sensors, and even bought this police scanner that she'd listened to while doing crossword puzzles. The whole thing started because of her garden. Grandma had always been proud of her vegetable garden, but that summer she decided she wanted to grow something exotic. She'd been watching cooking shows and became obsessed with growing her own herbs. Not just basil and oregano, but weird stuff like shiso, episode, and these little purple flowers called butterfly pea that turn tea blue. She ordered all these seeds online from different specialty companies. Most arrived in these small, unmarked plastic bags with labels written in different languages. She'd spread them out on her kitchen table every morning, carefully reading the growing instructions with a magnifying glass while sipping her coffee. The problem started when Mrs. Henderson next door began watching Grandma's activities through their shared fence line. Mrs. Henderson was about 75, recently widowed, and had apparently developed a hobby of monitoring the neighborhood since her husband died. She'd sit on her back porch with binoculars, claiming she was bird watching, but everyone knew she was really keeping tabs on everyone's business. One morning in July, I was helping Grandma plant some of her new seeds when Mrs. Henderson called over the fence. "Rose, what are you planting over there? Those don't look like normal vegetables to me." Grandma stood up, wiping dirt off her gloves. "Just some herbs, Margaret. Things you can't buy at the grocery store." "Herbs for what exactly? Some of those plants look suspicious." I looked at what we'd been planting. The butterfly pea flowers did look kind of weird with their bright purple blooms, and the shiso had these serrated leaves that I guess could look concerning if you didn't know what they were, but suspicious? That seemed like a stretch. "They're for cooking, Margaret. I'm experimenting with international cuisine." Mrs. Henderson adjusted her binoculars. "Since when do you cook international food? And why are they delivered in unmarked bags?" Grandma rolled her eyes and went back to planting. "Mind your own business, Margaret." But Mrs. Henderson didn't let it go. Over the next few weeks, she started documenting everything. I'd catch her taking pictures over the fence when she thought we weren't looking. She'd write things down in a little notebook whenever delivery trucks showed up. The situation escalated when Grandma's butterfly pea plants really started flourishing. They grew these gorgeous blue flowers that looked almost tropical against the Ohio landscape. Grandma was so proud of them that she'd take pictures and post them on her Facebook page with captions like "My beautiful blue beauties" and "Nature's candy." One day, I was watering the garden when I heard Mrs. Henderson on the phone with someone in her backyard. Her voice was deliberately loud, like she wanted us to hear. "Yes, Officer Martinez, this is Margaret Henderson on Maple Street. I need to report suspicious agricultural activity at 247 Maple Street." I dropped the hose and ran inside. "Grandma, Mrs. Henderson is calling the police about your garden." Grandma was making lunch and didn't look up from her sandwich. "Let her call. I'm not breaking any laws growing vegetables." She said suspicious agricultural activity. That sounds serious. Margaret Henderson wouldn't know suspicious activity if it bit her on the rear end. But 20 minutes later, a police cruiser pulled up in front of our house. Check the full story down here.